I've had a couple of requests about maybe doing a video on fixing this unit here that man gave me. I really hate these things, especially in people's houses. In fact, I hate them so much that I have told people that I will not work on them in their homes anymore. They are very hard to access. Well, there's a hole. Almost broke my leg. Not really. They are very hard to work on in somebody's home unless you have to get on the back side of them. They're heavy, they're bulky. They're not user friendly. But I'm gonna try to do something with this. Like trying to move two machines at once. I'm gonna turn this around. And lay it up on that slab. Come on. Oh. Go. I'll go around the other side and continue bringing it in. Of course, these machines are very nice for people who have just small spaces. And no room. Let's bring it. Tell you what, let's try to set it kind of out of the way because I don't have to move it a lot. There. Let's plug it in. See if we can determine which one of these machines, bottom or the top, is malfunctioning. What is it, bud? Oh, Wally Wally. Yo, buddy. Yo, buddy. Alright. This is the timer, the dryer side. Uh-oh. I can see right here that they feel far into that. Why would they do that? So right off the bat, we have missing screws this to make that fall. And I can go behind here, take the belt loose. Move this idler pulley over, drop that belt so we can pick up on that tub. That's going to be a different size squirting that all together. I have to do that with a enough to get a screw. There you are. Now we're going to have to change that whole ball back there. That is probably why I scrapped it. That is not the right screw to go in there. Hope they didn't. And I need 2 more of those, which I probably don't have. And I have messed this up. We might get lucky here and it's just the dryer part. And it'd be an easy fix. They got frustrated and quit. Let me get this phone call. I'll get right back to y'all. So, in the phone call, while I was looking for the screws, I found one so far. And if there's one, there's probably others. Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows among the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? Well, I can't find another one. Bound to have one of those. Found one, and it doesn't look like the same size. That's what you need. Actually, you need something with the rounded part so it doesn't catch your clothes. Well, where you go, lassie, go? And for that entertainment, I sure would like to find the right screw. Let's look in this pile. If you see one, shout out. Ah, over there. The short one. Probably the one I need. Yeah, it behooves you to save all these screws and stuff. Mr. Harper saved everything. Now I let a lot of, when I was cleaning up everything, I let a lot of it go to the dump, or to the trash pile. I kept what I thought I could use. Okay, so I found 2 short ones. Think I could find another one. That's not one. I've got a lot of service calls to make today, but I'd like to get started on this. There's the third one. So there's 3 short ones. Well, it doesn't look the same. And these all came out of a GE dryer or Electrolux. There's another long one. There is the wife. I see you. I have to find one more. That long one. I don't know what I'm going to be dealing with. There is one in the over here. Let me look at how long it is. I put it. Yeah, I did. Oh, okay. It's not that long. It will match these over here. Yeah. So it's going to be the short. Your short kind. I will keep these. I only need 3. Get rid of that. Alright. So yeah, as you scrap stuff out, keep, you know, special screws, and some of them I can think of is the drum screws in GE and Electrolux dryers, and the screws in on the front side of the Samsung dryers. There are usually 3 screws that you have to take out when you open the door to take the front panel off. Those 3 screws have a fixed washer on them, and they're specialty screws. So those and the ones that go on the back side of those drums. Now what we'll do, we'll pull the drum and we'll pull that ball and socket out of there. That's probably the only thing wrong with this dryer. I mean, well, the only thing wrong with this whole unit. I don't know. We were going to unplug it now. I wanted to be out here. I'm testing this one. I just changed the rods in it. It is one of these Whirlpool with the removable agitator, and the complaint was that it just bounced all over the place. So I changed the rods. What you need to do, you need this number 2 square drive screwdriver when you're dealing with Electrolux and GE. And what we're going to do, what we did when we found this machine, when we brought it in, and we're speculating what's wrong with it. I opened this and plugged it in. I was going to run it. Opened this up and I found a screw sitting right here, and the screw came out of this plate right here. Behind here is a round plate with a ball on it, and the ball sits in a cradle. There was one screw, and it was the wrong type of screw sitting right here, and these other 2 were missing. So if you tried to run this thing with like that, it would make a heck of a noise. So maybe the only thing wrong with this is the ball and cradle were messed up. But anyway, we started disassembling. I think I forgot to push the record button, but you need this, and we need to take this front plate off. And so I already took these 2 screws out. I'm gonna leave these 2 in, and we took this plate off that fits right in here. There's a screw here, and you lift up on it and you take that plate off. Now what we're doing is we're going to take this control panel off, and there's a screw here and there's a screw here, and there's also a screw right in there, and this might not be the right driver for that. Let's see. Let's see if that's going to fit that or not. That might have to take the old Phillips head to get that out. Yeah, Phillips head for that one. This should remove the edges. Now let's see. I think we got everything we need. All right out. Take this off. Usually twice. The bottom line is you take as many screws out as you need to get the thing loose. There it is. Alright. Oh yeah, there's one right there. Now we need to clean all this up anyway. Alright, now there should be a screw right here. And also one right here. Now, there we go. Now we can get back up on here. Now can you imagine working on this in somebody's home? You have to get a chair or something to stand on. Take all this stuff apart. It's just a pain. I don't want to do it in somebody's house. In fact, when I find out that they're stacked units, I say, well, you need to bring that to me. Oh, they don't usually like to hear that. That's what we do. Alright, so let's set this aside. We'll clean it later. And we can just pull this drum out. There's nothing holding it except for the belt. Let's catch you on something. Alright. There we go. Let's sit it down like that. Now, this just sits. That doesn't look too bad. A lot of grease on it. Okay, grease. Stick it back in that cradle. Yeah, if these holes aren't stripped out, we're going to reattach that rascal. I don't think they are. We know that this one has fit in there before. And we need a large size screwdriver for that. I'm just running these down, make sure the threads are alright. Yeah, threads are good for that. Yeah. Two more. Oh, the summertime's coming, and the trees are swinging. That one's kind of hard. It's in there. That fits perfect. So yeah, we're not going to change this. We'll just, what we're going to do, reattach it. And it's not easy to attach these things because of this right here. This is the way I've worked it out. You put a screw in, and you put a longer screwdriver on, and then you got to look way over here, if you can see that, and get a screw started. Once you get that screw started, you can just have to do it with feel, because you're kind of working in the blind here. Now, you want to kind of line those up. You can get them lined up and get them to stay. You can get another screw going. Looks like they're going to stay. Perfect. Now we can get the last one in there. That one fits that a lot better. Looks like they stripped that. That one's tight. That one's tight. This is the one that's not tightening very well. And what we can do something like that. A smaller punch. Get a little punch like that. And you either take it out, put it on the anvil, and punch. Yeah, what we should do is take that loose, take it over to the anvil and just hit flat on those things, and that kind of squeezes the hole. I think that will hold. I'm going to put a screwdriver on it, see if it slips. If it slips again, that's that one. Oh, tightened good. Tightened it well. So there we have that. And while we're up in here, you may as well take your fluke and test everything. That's good. That's good. Well, my thermal fuse is right there, and it's good. So the element's good, the thermostat's good, thermal fuse is good. Now what we need to do is clean this out, and I'll do that with some air. What's the matter with you? That won't hold on there very well. Let's see. Yep, got plenty of space. That looks like a rodent. Now on GE wires, you have this lip on these drums, and lint will get down in here. See? A lot of times the lint that's in here is brown and charred from the heat that goes through there. Good deal. So now, let's put this rascal back on. And the attempt is to put that ball right in that cradle and drop it in. And you can kind of see through the gap. That's long. Sometimes you have to take this top panel off to get the thing high enough. Worked for me that time. Alright, the belts always go on from the front. Can't get no way to get this thing on the back unless you do some maneuvering. Now you want to go around to the back side and find your belt. There we go. Now, you want to pull. It's going to go on like this here. And you want to pull the outer pulley over this way. From the bottom, I guess. And over, just like that. Good deal. Got all that plant out of there. I didn't. Now, let's take this piece. Clean it off. And we had a problem here. Sticking out the side. Let's just get up like so. Just like so. Get from here. Alright. So let's get this stabbed back down there. And on the top, that fits like that. Open it. Get that lip. Alright, like that. Now, over the top there. Over the top. Just like that. Ah, come on. Oh. It would probably be a lot easier if I took the tension off the belt. But since I already got it on there, I'm not going to do it the hard way. There we go. And put a screw in into each corner. and it will straighten up. Let's go over here. And it will straighten up. Now, let me check it. It's working well. Of the mountain. You try to get the right screws back in the right place. There we go. And the trees are sweetly blooming. And when you get all the screws back in the right place, everything goes together well. Alright. Perfect. That's lint right there. Yeah. Fits well. Okay. Now this, I have to plug back in. And unlock. These two go on top. And these go here. I believe yeah. What you doing, Wally? Sometimes it's tough. No, it's right. Are you trying to mess up my video?
Nope.
Now you got these small screws that fit right in here. They are Phillips head. Oh, go fall, go fall, go fall. Just like that. They basically hold that thing upward. Like that. Now, I'm going to just start putting all these black screws back in spot. And the trees are sweetly blooming. I believe that's what it is. Yep. And there's one there. One right here. And right here. Did I miss one? Should be one right there. What did I do? Don't you just hate it when you're missing a screw? There it is. Now, put that in that slot, and these things right here, fit them in that groove, and they'll fit right there. And these silver ones go right there. And here's another one. Goes right there. And these two go up here on the top. Yeah, I can get about $400 for this thing. And I'm pretty sure that's all that was wrong. Not certain though. Let's plug it in. Let me take that drain hose out of the... And it's on time. Turn it on, it sounds good. Sounds real good. Getting hot. Everything looks good right there. We get some dry lubricant. Oh yeah. That's working good. So we fixed that part of it. When this finishes its test, we will hook it up to water and we'll see if that works. If that works, we got us a perfectly good machine. Man gave it to us. He was fed up with it. And I was just going to haul it to the dump because of my dislike of these, but there are people that need these. And in fact, I know a man down the road whose daughter just bought a house that this is the only kind of machine that they can put in there because it's so tight and limited in space. And I'm willing to bet you that's the only thing wrong with it. Oh, we got kind of a dent in right here. Tell you what, let's put this on spin. See if it'll spin. First, well, let's see where he boogered that up. has got screws in the bottom of it? I don't know. I see one. Yep, there's one. One there. One there. Sure enough. Oh man, been in right there. Have to do some body work on it. Looks like they didn't like this too well. Now, golly, what did they do here? This goes down. Okay. Yeah, gotta do a little body work on that. Lost one of my screws. Ain't gonna turn up. So let's put it on spin. And I guess you pull it out. Yeah. What is this? It's G quality product. Not built different. It's good up in there. Crank over. Lock, yeah. We need to move that. Oh yeah, this is a good machine. We just need to shift this lock over. See, this is off center there, and it'll pop up like that. So the lock doesn't, the switch doesn't engage the lock. Yep. That won't be too hard to reposition. Back, I think I can just do it with my box nut. bent some kind of way. Yeah, see that got bent some kind of way. If that lock comes open, you can see the lock right there. It will usually retract itself after a few minutes. I don't know if that's a wax motor or what that runs that. But if it doesn't, we'll have to change that lock. I don't want to, but it can be done. I bet you this is the only thing wrong with this machine. It's the dryer part. That lock isn't open yet. Washing is complete. I think we've got this one fixed. It was out of balance. We got it balanced. I want to run it through a regular wash. Let's do power on, regular, normal. Temperature warm. Spins fast. That's a hole to start. We'll run it to a regular wash one more time before we turn it loose. We just changed the suspension rods in that one, and we got it going. Alright, did this thing ever unlock? It hasn't unlocked yet. Gosh, dog it. So we're probably... There it went. Huh. Don't trust that. There's my screw I was missing. So let's see what we can do with this thing. Whoop. I can see where they bent it up. Little body work. I need a bucking bar. That'll work. It might. That was unfortunate. Knock it up here. Yeah, when you start bending metal, it stretches and warps and people were just a little bit aggressive here. Yeah, we're going to do what we can with it. Uh-oh. Oh, this is from this one. I thought for a minute I had a problem. Yeah, I need to go do some service calls. Tell you what, when I get back, put this one on the wash rack and give it a test and see if we got all our stuff done correctly. Till then, I'll see you later. Okay, so we have fixed the dryer, and we don't know anything about the washing machine. We do know that the lid switch was over beyond this slot here. So all we did was vent the little bracket that has the lid switch and put it more in line with the striker. And we're going to have to do a little body work on it. Somebody bent it up a lot. We're going to put it over here on the test track, and we'll see what the washing machine side does. And I was about to let this thing go to the junkyard. I hate these things, but there are a few that I have sold. But they are so heavy and bulky, and they try to kill you. But they have their use in the world, I guess. But if the washer works and we got the dryer working, then we'll have another thing to sell. I usually don't throw anything on the scrap pile. It's not scrap, but man gave it to me, and he was kind of disgusted with it. He said it was not repairable, and I took his word for it. But you guys have seen it on my scrap pile and said, hey, do a video on that, do a video on that. So I'm doing a video on this. I think all that was wrong with it was the tub. I don't know why anybody would take the screws off the tub, or if they got loose or something. They may have gotten loose. I'm not sure. But I'm thinking I'll put about half these clothes in the bottom and half in the top. I just spun these out. I tested another machine out. Yeah, that's a good little load. I'm going to put these up here. And let's do a time dry of 60 minutes. And let's do a regular wash of 15 minutes using a high water level and warm water. So we'll test both valves and pull that out. opened up. Alright, and we'll start. You should be able to do a wash and a dry at the same time and not have your 30 amp breaker trip. Oh yeah, good hot. Good and hot. And we're filling that with water. Put it on the warm. You see that? You see it shake with the rotation of the wheel. I'm going to leave that front off. And we'll see how this works. If I come back in 15 minutes and it's completed that wash, that was the only thing wrong with it was the dryer side of it. We'll retest those screws. There was one that was kind of loose. I tightened it up with a punch. Anyway, I'll answer this phone call and I'll get back with y'all. Well, let's check it out, see if it's doing anything. I can see water going into it, so it's probably in its rinse stage, and it is. And the dryer's still going. Oh yeah, nice and warm. It looks like everything's working right. Well, I'm glad you guys said try to make a video on it. Had my junk man come, it had been in the junk pile. I think for something like that I could get like $4.25, maybe $4.50 for it. Let's see. I might put $4.25 on it. Okay. You're not gonna get it unless you ask for it. $4.50. I don't know what those cost brand new. Probably $1,500. Might be a deal for somebody. And you can see it's spinning. I don't know if you can see that belt down there turning. So we know it's spinning. See right here. The transmission is actually, it's not spinning, it's washing, it's agitating. I'm going to hold this down and open it. Oh yeah, this is perfect. There's nothing wrong with this washer. Not a thing wrong with that washer. As long as it'll spin out. I tell you, some people will just give you some nice stuff and you don't even realize it. The man told me that it was a piece of junk that wasn't worth fixing. Somebody messed with it. The pump is working pretty Well, let's see. Oh yeah, really flowing the water out of there. Good hot temperature. So it will be on the spin cycle here in a minute. We will see if it's spun the close out, and I'll get back to you. Okay, fryer's still running. Hot dog, would you look at that? This washing machine is nothing wrong with it. It spun those clothes out nicely. So a machine that sat on the boneyard for several months, because you guys have seen it in several of my videos, and a few of you said, why don't you do a video on that stack unit, because we have one, want to work on it. And so let's recap what we had to do to this thing. Of course, it was dirty inside, but when I opened the door, there was a screw sitting in the bottom. It was actually made this rust spot right here that I'll have to clean up. It was sitting there, and I recognize it as a screw that goes in the hub of this thing. Now this drum sits on a ball, almost like a trailer ball, but there's a cradle in the back, a greased cradle that the ball fits in and rides in, and these three screws hold it in. And somebody had the wrong screw in there. It was just one screw, and one of these was sitting right here, and I recognized immediately. This is before I even turned it on to try it. No, well, I didn't. Had I turned it on, it would have just made all kinds of noise and calamity, and it just was messed up. So we took the drum out, and we went to our stock of used parts, and we found enough screws to put the ball back on. Put this back together and tested it. It works fine. We looked at this washer, and they had done some damage to the case, pushed it in here. I've done some body work on the case, but the lid lock, lid lock combination wasn't lining up with this hole for the striker to fit. It was kind of cocked out like this. So I would imagine that it wasn't working because the striker would completely miss the paddle here. And so to modify that, we just kind of bent the bracket that the lid lock combination fits on, bent it over so it would come in contact with that again. And we did test close, and it dries well. These are all dry already. Dries well, washes well. The lint filter on these are right here. Take your finger, run through there. You can also take this out, and I'll take it out and blow all this out of here before I sell it. Clean it up a little bit. Yeah, needs a little tender love and care. Shoot, I'll probably get, well, I don't know, 400, 425, maybe as much as 450 for it. Only thing I hate about these, and I said so earlier in the video, is they are just horrible to work on in people's homes. You have to get on top of them, do all kinds of stuff. Now this thing has these tabs here that fit in these holes, and you have to lift up. And the concern I have is lining this pin up. Pin lines up now. Slide it up. Very well. We'll put our screws in down here. Clean it up. And if you're going to work on these, get you a square number 2 screwdriver. These fasteners, you can use a Phillips head, but that Phillips head doesn't have much to grab onto, and it will slip. If you get one of these to work on Electrolux and GE appliances, then you'll be ahead of the game. I'm going to tip this backwards. It would be terrible if I dropped that. It wouldn't. Boy, that's squeaky tight right there. Okay. Start this one. Perfect. That's it. We fixed another one. Give me a thumbs up. Catch you on the next one and kiss it out.